Hello ladies and gentlemen, Spenny here, and I have even more questions from you this month, so let's just get straight into it. The first one is from Kyle Mackey Poltridge. Have you ever thought of doing little skits in front of the camera, kind of like an AVGN review? Yes, but not that much. I tried a teeny bit of that in my first year of the channel, but I didn't really enjoy the on-camera side of it because it's hard enough to get the dialogue sounding as good as possible. But being on camera means you need to have the angle adjusted right, your appearance and body language both need to look good, on top of getting the dialogue right. It felt like more work than it was worth. Just talking about and researching the game is what I enjoy doing the most. I feel like unless you're really funny, skits get in the way of the information, and it shows in a lot of my earlier videos. At the very least, I would love to do more hardware related reviews once I get better equipment like lighting and cameras. Otherwise, creating original content like skits and short films is on the cards in the future once I gain enough confidence with the camera, because after all, it is the mega goal on Patreon. The next one is from Stoppener. Sorry if I mispronounced that. If you had to pick a different topic / focus for your channel other than video games, what would it be? And speaking of one of my biggest goals, simple answer, sports / motorsports without a doubt. I love it nearly as much as video games or movies. I exercise at least 5 days a week, when you're making videos inside a lot of the time, staying in shape is a priority. And my favourite sports are Aussie rules football, football / soccer, cricket, rugby, and basketball. If I was a sports channel or if I have sporting related content in the future, they would be mini documentaries on iconic motorsport events like the Indy 500, a few F1 Grand Prix events, sports stadiums and their history, do interviews, etc. Mostly historic related content because, going back to the first question, that's what I like doing the most. It's one of the big reasons why I created international travel as a Patreon goal, because going back to video games a little bit off topic, I also have long-term plans to make mini documentaries of gaming related places around the world like museums, game stores, markets, expos, etc. I always have these goals present to give me motivation to work harder on these game reviews, so I can get the opportunity to go beyond just working in my bedroom. The final two questions are from Subtitles. You ever think about reviewing movies? Nah, not really. I actually did review one movie on my first year of the channel, which was Star Wars The Force Awakens when that was new. I remember it taking me a couple of days to make in near 40 degrees Celsius temperatures. Remember, it's summer during Christmas holidays in Australia, and it wasn't that good. I was on camera the whole time. It was my first chroma screen experience after getting new movie making software, and critically, I was very generous because I was more focused on getting a quick review out in the hopes of getting views, which was a big mistake. I didn't like it, and after a few months it wasn't getting any views, so I deleted it off the channel. And even if I wanted to review movies, if you can tell by how long it takes to release a game review at the moment, adding movie reviews into the mix on top of these Q&A videos would probably kill me. And finally, what are your top 5 games of all time? Oh god, do I have to answer this? It's not that I'm worried about what you guys will think, I just can't narrow it down to 5. I mean, why don't you guys try? Seriously, put it in the comment section if you want. Okay, this is what I consider my top 15 personal all-time favorites, not ranked, but in alphabetical order. And to narrow it down to 5 was just as hard as making the review for GTA 5. Okay, here goes. I've already reviewed all these games, so if you want my full insight of them, check them out. Otherwise, I'll be brief. Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. It was a close call between Super Mario World and Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped is the one I have the fondest memories of when I had a PlayStation as a little kid. That and Crash Team Racing. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Not much to say since I've reviewed this twice as of this video. The most popular review on this channel, and out of all the games I've played throughout my life, this is the one I've played the most. Although it's definitely shown its age today, back in 2004, I thought video games couldn't get any better than this. Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec. Honorable mention to Gran Turismo 2, but this one takes the cake. Not in terms of having the most cars and tracks, but there's just something about the third one. The soundtrack, the simple gameplay, and graphics that have aged really well for a PlayStation 2 exclusive. A very subjective choice. Mass Effect 2. It took me until 2015 to finally play it, and I like it so much that I want to re-review it in the future simply as an excuse to play it again and get something out of it, because it's been too long. It's darker, longer, bigger, improved gameplay, and the characters, the crew members, I wish I was good friends with every single one of them. Easily one of the best games of this decade. And finally, Metroid Prime. Honorable mention to Super Metroid, both games are masterpieces. One is 2D, the other is first person, and both are mind-blowingly good with the soundtrack, exploration, atmosphere, and tight controls. But Metroid Prime was the one that introduced me to the series. And that's all the questions. Thanks guys. It's good to see more than one in the thread and they're all different. Even having a chance to explain a little bit of my ambitions for the channel in the future. And also thanks for the game suggestions. I got some really good ones this month. And you actually voted this time, which meant I didn't get to choose. The most voted is Black, a first-person shooter developed by Criterion Games. Since I have plans to review the Burnout series, it's a perfect fit into the schedule. I also want to apologize for how long the last two reviews took. Max Payne 3 needed a lot of rewording during the editing stage after I heard it enough times to say, nah, it needs to be improved. And I found a few other features to talk about as well. And in the middle of editing the Burnout review, my PC just died without warning. So I basically didn't have one for a week and made a panic buy on a new one. But at least the hard drive was fine, so I was luckily able to continue where I left off. And I still had a laptop to write scripts and record dialogue, so hopefully the next couple of reviews won't take as long. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to ask a question about me, this channel, video games, and or suggest a video game I should review, then support on Patreon. The link will be in the description of every video released on this channel. But more importantly, check out the reviews. Speak to you soon.